During a well-known Memorial Day weekend event called Rolling Thunder, something incredible happened. An injured Marine did something that amazed everyone. Sergeant Tim Chambers stood tall in the middle of a busy street. He raised his hand in a salute and held that position for 3 whole hours under the hot, burning sun. What happened after that surprised the entire crowd. Sergeant Tim Chambers, a military veteran, wore a uniform filled with medals and patches. These represented his years of service and sacrifice. He stood firmly, giving a silent tribute. For the first 15 minutes, his salute was quiet and full of respect for his fellow soldiers who had died, especially the ones whose names were recently added to the nearby war memorial. His face was serious, his eyes fixed straight ahead, and his arm stayed perfectly still, like time had frozen. Nothing could make him lower his hand. As time went on, people around him started to notice. Whispers went through the crowd as they realized a single Marine was standing alone, honoring fallen soldiers. Many people stopped what they were doing to watch. Some held flags with respect. Others stood back quietly and observed the moment. For Tim, this wasn't just a public act. It was personal. His mind was filled with thoughts of his twin brother Mark, who died while saving him during a mission. They had been best friends since childhood and had joined the Marines together. They had planned to serve side by side for years, but that dream ended when an enemy ambush took Mark's life. Mark had jumped on top of Tim during a sniper attack, protecting him. Tim could still remember how his voice cracked with sadness the day Mark died in his arms. That moment had haunted Tim for years. But now, standing in the street, he honored his brother, not with guilt, but with gratitude for what Mark had done. The sun grew hotter as the day went on. Sweat covered Tim's body, his uniform sticking to him. His injured leg hurt badly, and his mouth was dry. But still, he didn't move. His salute remained strong. This wasn't just a military gesture. It was a promise to always remember and honor those who had served and sacrificed. The crowd grew larger around him. Some people brought umbrellas to protect themselves from the sun. Others prayed silently or gave their own salute from a distance. 2 hours passed. People began whispering words of admiration for Tim and his determination. Then, in the distance, the quiet was broken by the sound of motorcycles. The noise grew louder. A group of bikers appeared over the hill. They wore black leather jackets with patches. Their engines roared loudly, and the crowd grew nervous. Many feared they were going to interrupt the tribute. People often thought of bikers as wild or disrespectful, so some worried they might cause trouble. But what happened next shocked everyone. The bikers parked their motorcycles and quietly walked over to Tim. Without saying a word, they formed a circle around him. Then, they all raised their arms in salute, joining him in silent respect. It was a powerful and surprising show of unity. One large biker with tattooed arms stepped forward. The crowd went quiet. He reached into his jacket. Some people feared he might be pulling out a weapon. "Is it a knife?" someone whispered nervously. But the biker had no bad intentions. Instead, he pulled out a simple bottle of water. He walked over to Tim, opened the bottle, and gently held it up so Tim could drink, without breaking his salute. The crowd was deeply touched. Some people felt ashamed for thinking badly of the biker. But the kind actions didn't stop there. Another biker came forward with a small portable fan to help cool Tim off. Someone else brought an umbrella to block the sun. They all stood there with Tim, not saying anything, just showing their respect. Together, they stood shoulder to shoulder, quietly honoring the fallen soldiers. This moment changed everything. It helped break down the walls of misunderstanding between the bikers and the people watching. People saw the bikers in a new way. As the sun began to set and the sky turned gold and purple, Tim finally lowered his arm. He was tired, but he felt peaceful and proud. He turned to the bikers, who also lowered their salutes. They shook hands with him in a moment of respect and unity. Then Tim spoke to the crowd from the heart. He said, "Today, I have seen the best of humanity. These bikers, who are often misunderstood, have shown us the true meaning of respect and brotherhood. Let's not judge others by how they look, but by the kindness in their hearts." The bikers rode off into the distance, but their actions left a deep and lasting impression on everyone who was there. It was a powerful reminder that kindness and understanding can bring people together, even when they seem very different. For Tim, it was a day he would always remember. A day when strangers became brothers, and the powerful bond of respect united them all.